What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey672 coming, guys, with a video right now. So I want to go over Aaron Moorehead, the Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver coach, his press conference from the other day. Some valuable information, guys, from our wide receiver coach. And to start from the beginning, I didn't think Aaron Moorehead was going to get retained this past year. I honestly was a big fan of him last year. That could turn this receiver core around. But obviously, he's not calling the plays. He's not using them in the scheme. He's just getting them prepared every single week and developing these guys. Okay, when it comes to this wide receiver core, Aaron Moorehead had nothing bad to say about it. Said this is a young receiver core. Greg Ward is the oldest receiver on this team. I mean, that on this wide receiver core. That's how crazy it is, guys. He just said they were hungry, and I can't really complain about it. Jalen Hurts is going to gravitate these players towards them, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You're going to see a little bit of swagger in this offense this year. I can't wait. But talking about Jalen Reagor, Travis Fulgham, two guys that I really want to know more information about. Now, Jalen Reagor, Aaron Moorehead said Jalen Reagor had a lot on his plate last year. Obviously, three injuries last year. I think, two of those injuries came from two bad Wentz passes that pretty much collided him into two people. I mean, he threw some pretty late bad suicide passes that got him injured on two plays this year. And I forgot what the third injury was. I forgot about it. But I don't know why Eagles fans are writing Reagor off. I've seen some really good things from him last year. What was he used last year? For some motion and some bubble screens? I mean, some little things here or there. I mean, really, other than the punt return touchdown he had, that was pretty much it. And you know what I mean? Not a big year for any of these players. So I don't know how you could single out a rookie wide receiver in this horrible offense. I don't want to hear about DK Metcalf. I don't want to hear about Justin Jefferson if we should draft. I don't even want to hear about that because you're telling me right now that they would have had the same exact development and just Justin Jefferson would have had 1,400 yards with the Eagles last year? No, of course not. This team was so predictable in everything they did, play calling wise, just everything was a total disaster. So the people that single out Jalen Reagor, I could single out pretty much every player on this offense last year and can't really blame them because what were they doing different every single game? You know what I mean? So not to go off topic with that, but obviously with Jalen Reagor, it's a learning period last year. You had no off season. I know you're going to tell me that every team had deal with the same thing. I understand that, but the issue is that the Eagles didn't thrive from it. Okay, they didn't get better from it. Okay, now with a full off season, you get to play with your quarterback. You get to build that chemistry before OTAs and before training camp. You get to do a lot of different things, not just two scrimmages at the link and then the season starts after a couple of weeks. That's what happened last year. But Moorehead says that Reagor is more calm and ready to go. And I think it's going to be a very good compliment to Devontae Smith. I'm very high on Jalen Reagor. I really am. I think he's got a lot to give this team, and they just have to do the right thing by him and use him the right way, guys. That's pretty much it with him. Going to Travis Fulgham, okay, now, when he got his success, when we came back in that 49ers game and he pretty much won the game for us, it was amazing. He was on point to get almost 1,000 yards last season. It was such we always find those gems. Every time we have a bad season, we always find those players. We found Alex Singleton last year. We found, Travis Fulgham last year. He was balling out. He was getting separation. He looked more than a 50-50 possession receiver. He got separation. He did so much. Okay, caught the ball over Marlon Humphrey. He just did so much on the field every week. He just got better and better. Obviously, he hit an injury. They had to bench him, and obviously, more veterans came back, and he didn't play. Deshaun Jackson, Alshon Jeffrey came back. And then Aaron Moorehead actually discussed that, teams started to prepare for him. And guess what? They did. And he couldn't do anything. That's because we have no development. Our coaches had no idea what was going on. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's it. He thinks that he's ready for this year, that the Eagles are going to use Travis Fulgham in a different way on different philosophies, that they're going to use him to his strengths, and he's going to be a successful receiver in the league. So, Aaron Moorehead's very high on him. I mean, obviously, that's some of that's what I think's going to happen. But Aaron Moorehead's very high. He's going to work very hard this year. And obviously, he talked about using these receivers to their strengths. And this is why we brought in a new coaching staff to develop. How long did Jalen Hurts play before teams start figuring us out? Not even 2 games. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. So obviously when you go into the season in 2021 with Nick Sirianni, I want to see if teams catch up to what Nick Sirianni does, because when we play our first game, no one's going to know what Nick does until there's a couple games that are obviously blueprints. Teams could watch that tape and then obviously, defend us a little bit more on offense. But that's what I want to see. I want to see a diverse offense that, has multiple philosophies and will use the players to their strengths. And, Aaron Moorehead thinks that Travis Fulgham is gonna be a great football player. So, with this receiver core, it's probably the most exciting year I've felt for an Eagles season in a long time, because this culture is turning around. Nick Sirianni is taking taking a lot of flack from the fans for what he says, but I'm hoping he does work out. I get good vibes from this coaching staff, and Aaron Moorehead's been good with these receivers, and I think with a younger group, he's gonna challenge them a lot more and make them a lot better. And obviously, it's up to Nick Sirianni, Shane Steichen, in this offense to use these guys to their strengths, and that's the number one thing. Okay, so I'm expecting Reagor to be a good complement on the field and get a lot of yards, a lot of open field yards. Okay, and I'm expecting Devontae Smith to be that force to be reckoned with, to sneak behind defenses with those big explosive plays, throw to him in open space, be acrobatic with those catches. You know what I mean? And Travis Fulgham is going to compete for a job, and when his number is called, or if he is the starter on the other side, you never know, it could happen. But, I can't blame Travis for any of this, because if he's told to run a certain route on the field, that's what he's supposed to do. He's doing his job. It's not his fault, but if they read what he's going to do because they've seen tape on him, it took a few weeks, and then obviously teams started to defend him a lot better. So I have a lot of faith in this receiver core. I have a lot of faith in Aaron Moorehead getting these guys prepared every week. It's really up to Nick Sirianni, his development with his coaching staff, use these players to their strengths. I say that 10 million times because it's so important. Because when you don't know and you just put guys in position to fail, then what is the point of having a season? What is the point of trying to win a championship if you have no idea what you're doing? So, other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about Travis Fulgham and Jalen Reagor going into the season. Obviously, Jalen Reagor is definitely going to be starting for the Philadelphia Eagles. But with Travis Fulgham, obviously, you have some receivers that are in contention to compete this year for that starting job. So let me know what you guys think about that. Other than that, guys, I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, follow us. Peace out, guys. Peace.